Hey everyone, welcome to 1995Batman.com. Today we're going to be looking at this, the Beast Kingdom Batman Forever figure. As I said in the previous video, Beast Kingdom have brought out a figure basically for every current kind of movie Batman actor since, starting with Michael Keaton. And I picked up the George Clooney one and reviewed that. So now I'm picking up the Val Kilmer one. As before, some great kind of, as you can see there, nice shiny bit of kind of like, silhouette there. Confusingly, again, this is the Sonar suit, but they've put the Panther kind of outline, but hey, I don't know why that is. And then again, you've got these kind of promo shots of the suit. Now, it's interesting to note, these promo shots must have been like an early design, because there are actually a few little differences. There's a lot of detail here that's missing. And originally, yeah, there was this sort of like the chest piece kind of had a kind of break, a gap kind of here in a kind of like a U shape. But in the finished figure, that's completely different. And they've actually added in a lot of detail around here. But anyway, let's get this open and have a look at what we have. So once again, I'm going to keep the McFarlane figure over here just for a comparison, because I think that would be interesting. This is obviously the Ultimate Movie Collection Batman figure. And here is your Beast Kingdom one, which once again, like the George Clooney one, is a very different colour scheme. So yeah, the Sonar suit was a really weird mixture of pigments, where under some lighting it looked kind of silvery, other lighting it looked blue, sometimes it looked matte black. The McFarlane, as a lot of other toy manufacturers like to go with, went with a kind of a blue hue, a metallic-y blue shine. This is much more of a kind of matte grey. And to some extent, like, again, I said the Clooney one looked a little bit like Michael Keaton suit from a distance. I think this looks a lot like the Batman Begins suit from a distance. Because they've gone with this kind of like grey, quite a light grey actually, design. What else can we say about this? Obviously the belt, again, they've gone with a very, very bright silver, whereas the actual suit, the actual movie suit, much like the McFarlane figure, had a much more kind of muted grey. And they've also kind of accented the gauntlets here. I don't know if you can see that. They've actually, that's not the light catching, those are actually silver. And the gloves are black, and yeah, it's an odd mix. Once again, we have a wired cape, so you can do some cool, swishing kind of stuff in the background, which you can't do with the McFarlane one. Also, it has got kind of like a leathery kind of texture to it. I don't know if it's actual leather. I imagine it's sort of like some sort of imitation. So it's kind of leathery on the outside and sort of cloth-like on the inside. So that's cool. What else? I have similar issues with what I had with the George Clooney one. The articulation is great. We've got double-jointed elbows. The arms and stuff go up and round and twist. There's a lot. I'm not going to count all the articulation, but it's very, very good. This is the bit I meant. So in the promo shot, there was sort of like the top half kind of broke off kind of here, whereas they've obviously changed that, so it's just kind of like the top. His pecs, really, isn't it? His pecs are the bits that move, and his stomach isn't. So yeah, he's got, I don't know, limited movement, but it's not too bad. And once again, sort of, as with the Clooney one, the McFarlane one had all this kind of head articulation, but it was at the expense of kind of that kind of seamless, the cowls in the movie were seamless, and had no joins. So that's what Beast Kingdom have gone with. It's very seamless and smooth. It's all one piece. You can move his head up and down a tiny bit, but not really, and a little bit from side to side. But again, you've not really got much. That's as much as I can do without breaking the head off. Yeah, once again, the joins are very much on show in these Beast Kingdom ones. So look, when I twist the legs a little bit, you suddenly start getting massive gaps. And if you move the leg down a bit, you've got a massive gap there. It does look a bit weird. I'm not used to these kind of figures, and I know a lot of people who collect like Mafex and Reveltech and toy manufacturers like that, maybe you're used to this kind of thing, but like it just looks weird to me having such a big gap behind the legs and things. Obviously, and one of the other things I really liked about the McFarlane figure is it had this kind of weird, I don't know what you call this, ball joints kind of thing, where it had like an extra piece sort of covering the shoulder, which I loved. None of that on here. All the joints are very, very much sort of just on show, and you've just got to get used to it. Again, like the Clooney one, big issue is there's no stand for it, there's no hole for it, you know, nothing, which is a bit of a shame, because, you know, it's got all this articulation, you want to put it in some great poses and you can't. In terms of the accessories that it comes with, now this is kind of cool. It's got this net launcher. I don't know if you remember this from the film. This is the bit where he is underwater and fires that net at all the scuba guards. So that's kind of cool. It doesn't do anything, I don't think. It doesn't like move, but it does, you know, you do, again, you comes with, let me think, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's weird. It comes with 11 hands plus these two, so 13 hand options. Most of them are, you know, designed to just have, you know, put some of the accessories in, so you get kind of ones like that. I guess if you wanted to, if you had the George Clooney figure, you could maybe mix and match some of the gadgets. And then the other thing is you do get the sonar batarang, but it seems kind of tiny. Look at that in terms of his hand. I don't know, I always remember that batarang being humongous in his hand, and this seems really small. One of the cool things about this is, though, it can, oh well, it comes apart, it comes apart completely. No, don't worry, it's cool. Yeah, you can sort of move it and have it in the folded position, because obviously it folds out in the movie, doesn't it? And, you know, he, yeah, folds it, throws it. But that's it. Those are the only two accessories, the net launcher and the sonar batarang, which is a bit of a shame. I mean, I guess they're thinking these are the two gadgets that he used while wearing this suit, so I guess, you know, they didn't want to muddy it by giving him a grapple launcher that he didn't have or anything like that. But yeah, let's just have a quick go in and have a look at the face. There you go, that is your face. It's not too bad, but I don't think it's as strong as the Clooney one. I don't know. I go back and forth. Looking at this through the viewfinder of the camera now, I'm not actually that... I actually quite like it. But when I was looking at it earlier, I don't know, it just felt a little bit thin and small. Like this sonar cowl was made Val Kilmer's head quite chunky and big, and I don't know that it's quite there. Let's just get the McFarlane one up for comparison between the two. I mean, yeah, they've gone for very, very different things, and actually maybe the Beast Kingdom is a bit closer to what it looked like in the film. But yeah, as you can see, he's got the stripes down the side. Everything else looks pretty good around the back. So let's just get them all side by side so we can look at what they all look like. So there you go, there's the two Kilmers, your Beast Kingdom and your McFarlane. There's your two George Clooneys, your Beast Kingdom and McFarlane. Yeah, so the price point on these is about, I picked these up for 50 each, but they're actually going for about 60, 70 quid at the moment. So you got to make a choice. Is this worth 60 or 70 quid, or is it better to get one that's more, basically half the price, if not more, you know, the 25, 30 quid McFarlane one? I guess for a lot of people who can't afford or who don't want to go up for that price of Hot Toys, this is like a good sort of like medium point between McFarlane and Hot Toys. You're not spending the couple of hundred quid that a Hot Toys is, but you're getting something a little closer, a little bit more that looks and feels like the actor. But yeah, my real sticking points are really just the colours and these kind of joins here and the lack of stand. But I guess, you know, a stand, you can get those kind of like plasticky, kind of clear see-through ones. I guess if you really wanted them dynamically posed, you could pick up one of those on eBay and put them behind. But yeah, those are the Beast Kingdom ones. Let me know if you guys are going to pick this up.